Okay, so for this modeling demo, I'll be using this particular iron over here. So basically, I went to do a general search for this iron, and I found that this happens to be the iron that I used to own. And so you can use your Google search, and of course the image search feature here. And then we find a particular model that you want, and you need more images of this particular model. You can use the AI to just click and drag and drop the search here to find more reference images. So we're going to collect as many images, references as possible. Okay, and then we're going to compile them together. So I'm going to look for images where I can have a close-up detail. So sometimes I will use this feature where I right mouse click on it and then I'll say open image in new tab, and it will give me directly the image, so I can save this image. So I can save image as, and if you end up with a JPEG, that's fine, but if you end up with a WebP, right, I'll recommend that you use the add-on save image as type that you install into your browser. So that will force it to save into a JPEG. Okay, so I'm going to save image as a JPEG. And I'm going to compile my image. I already created a new assignment project folder, and I'm going to drop all my reference images into source images folder, and then I will rename this, and I'll just save it here. So I'll collect as many images as I can first. So I happen to have the bottom of the iron here, or at least something similar. I don't think this is the same model, so I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to see whether I can get more side views. This one looks promising. All of this look very good. There's a front view over here and a back view. So maybe I'll take this one. Right mouse click, open in new tab. Okay, this one is really small. Let me see whether I can find a bigger image. If I click on this itself, see whether I can get a bigger image. Oh great, I have excellent side view here, so I'll say right mouse click on it and I'll say whether I can get this. Okay, it seems that, oh good, I can just click on it and then this image will pop up. I see whether I can right mouse click and then save image as. Okay, good. This is very good, so I'll go to another close-up here. Save image as. So this site itself contains all the nice images. So right now I'm just accumulating the images. Okay, it is very good. This one is the rear view. So 3/4 view. This is the standing view. And I think that's it. I got a side view and everything. So almost pretty much all the images that I want. Okay, let me see whether I can find other images. Especially I need to look at the bottom here. Yeah. So this is the part here. So I can see where the patterns of the holes and so on. It's quite similar to this, but I'm going to click on this one, see whether I can load up a higher image. Okay, good. So this one is quite similar, so I'll save image as. It's slightly different design, but I will assume that the bottom is similar. So I'm going to look for more images. Okay, this one looks really nice, so I'll click on this one. Okay, so it's not exactly the same, but my goal is just to get this image here. So right mouse click and then save the image. So I think right now I have more than enough images. And I'm going to use the add bref, right, to compile all the images together so that I can pop it open and see all the references at once. So I'm going to run my bref. Okay, so this is the free image reference software, and since this is an empty file, all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all the images here, just drag and then drop it into BREF. And then BREF actually automatically arranges everything nicely for me, which is very good. Okay. So I'm just going to move this around. Okay, we don't really have a top view of this. So I'm going to go and search for more images again. So let's go back one more level and then I'll say top view. They don't really have a top view visible here, so this one is going to be a bit challenging trying to figure this out. Okay, if not, I'll have to look for the model number. So this one is the FV5350. Okay, I'm going to clear this image search. Let's go back to the okay, so sometimes you type a very specific model, right? It will give you a lot of image references that you can look at. And in fact, I think I find the correct bottom. Right, so this is the correct one, so I'll save this image. And they have a nice big side view here. Okay, so this one is a web P, so I'm going to force this right mouse click, save image as type JPEG. And then I'm going to drop it into my reference folder. Source images folder and then save. Okay, I'm trying to look for a top view. So far, not many choices available here. Yeah, great. Now we found one over here. So this one's actually tilted backwards a little bit, but this is very good. So let me see whether I can find other high quality one. How about this one? Let me go back again. This one looks very promising, but the resolution, okay, let me just click on it and see whether I can find a better reference. So let me click on this, hopefully it will load up the image. Okay, this thumbnail is a bit too small and I can't really change the image, so I'm gonna get up and look for other views. Maybe this one. Okay, let's see whether has it loaded. No. Okay, so that site is not available anymore. Let's just scroll down and see whether I can find any more top views here. Yeah, it's a bit tough. Okay, so let me just okay, so this is an actual photograph. Okay, and I think we got some good ones here already. Let's see this one. Okay, excellent. This is good. Resolution wise is not very good, but I think this is good enough for me. So I'll just click on it, see whether it will load up the higher res version. Okay, open image in new tab, and okay, so yeah, so this is the highest resolution I can get. That's fine. I'm going to save it as a, not a JPEG, but a JPG. Alright, so now let's go back to bref again and drop the references inside. So these are the new views that I can drop it here. And then the bottom, which I believe is this one. Oh no, this one. So I'll delete this one, delete this one. Okay, cool. I got all the more important shots. Okay, I don't really have a nice looking back shots, but I think I have enough information to start to model this. So what I can do is that I will put these three images. Now this top view is actually tilted backwards slightly, so it's not really looking vertically down like that. Okay, but I think as long as I have my side view, okay, the top view, okay, and I don't really have a front view, but I think based on this top view, it should be enough. So I'm going to put these two images in an image editor. So using Photo P, I'll just drop those two images, the side view and the top view. And then we're going to compile them together. So we'll start with the side view first, and I'm going to increase the canvas size of this image. So canvas size, let's increase it by percentage, increase it by 300%. Okay, so that we have more space to move around. Let me just use, okay, now I can copy this top view. So Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and go back to this tab here, and then Control V to paste. Okay, press Z to go back to your Photoshop view or zoom view. Okay, I think it's Control T. No, this is Control Tab here. Throw this text layer. I wanted to rotate this, so layer, need to transform the layer. Okay, I want to rotate this layer over here. Okay, right now I'm in scale. I don't want to scale this. I want to transform. Yeah. Holding down the shift to scale this up until it's roughly the same length as this. And take note, because this one is tilted backwards, so I'm going to cheat a little and I'm going to scale this up until it matches the length. And also, because this view here is tilted, I'm going to actually tilt this layer here. So I'm going to select this. Alright, and then pre-transform this layer. Yeah, this is actually what it's supposed to be like in the lineup. Okay, and then I can go back to this layer. Okay, I'm gonna turn on my rulers, view, show rulers. Where are my rulers? Yeah. From the rulers, right, I can drag out guidelines. Okay, can put a guideline here. Okay, so now I can see this layer needs to be scaled down a little bit more. So edit, free transform, Alt Control T. So that is a command. Scale this down until it lines up with the back of the iron. Okay, I think we are pretty much lined up. I just want to verify that the switch, okay, the switch is actually here. Okay. The back of the switch is roughly there. Maybe I'll scale this up a little bit more. Okay, I think roughly I got the lineup done. The tilt is correct. So that means I will have to model this this iron right tilted if I want to get it to match the dimensions. So right now I only got the side view and also the top view. I think that should be enough. I'll be relying on BREF, right, to look at the different parts, right, to get the reference to match. Okay, so now I'm going to create a square image of this image here. So I'm going to crop this down. Okay, I'm going to leave a little bit of space outside here because I'm going to go to image, canvas size, and I'm going to switch to pixels, and I'm going to reduce it to maybe 800 by 800. Okay, so this is good. Okay, I think I can export this out as an image now. So export as a JPEG, then save. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Let me rename this, call this iron model reference. Okay, so now I got my reference. I can bring this into Maya now. So I've already created my new project called assignments. So I'll just click on new. Then, as usual, we're going to create a plane and reduce the number of segments, increase the dimensions. Right mouse click on it, then assign favorite material surface shader. Click on the surface shader tag, click on the checker button, click on file, click on open, and then look for the iron reference that we created. Then we can press 6. Okay, my key display is not showing, so let me just bring them back again. Okay, I need to turn on this one as well. Okay, so now we can start to do our lineup. So this one will be a little bit unique. So we're going to model the iron, right? Most likely going to model it standing up. Okay, so we have technically we have the front view over here in this image over here. We can treat our front view as this part here. All right, so I can actually bring this image in separately to be used as a reference for the front view. So this is how I'm going to do the lineup. So first, I'm going to make this stand vertically. Okay, somewhat like this. On second thought, I think it would be better to just put that one on the bottom. So let me rotate this I think I'm more used to modeling this with it standing up like that. Yeah. So we can have it tilted out like this, that is fine. And then I'm going to duplicate this. Push this back. Then rotate this bottom one 90 degrees. Hold down J. Let's go to the top view. Just move this until it is lined up in the center. Like so. So in a way, we don't have a front view to really model this, but that's fine. I think we can still get around this. Okay, and then we can now lock these references. Okay, save our file. Save scene as Tefal underscore iron underscore 01. So that's the first file. Okay, and then let's start to do the base. Okay, we study the iron, right? We'll notice that it's made up of a iron plate, okay, at the bottom, and then followed by a 2-section plastic body. So we're just gonna break them into parts 1, 2, 3, and then this piece here 4, and maybe another piece here 5, then this handle piece here 6. Okay, so there are several pieces, right, that you need to model it. Now you can actually model it in its entirety and break it up, but for this particular model, I'm going to try to model it piece by piece. So we'll start with the base plate first. So we can start with just a plane with low number of subdivisions. Okay, in fact none. Then I'm going to scale this up until it roughly matches the size. I'm going to assign it with a new material, maybe a Lambert material. Okay, blend is actually fine. Let me give it a color and give it a slight transparency. Alright. Okay, I'm going to insert one edge loop, middle mouse click here. Okay, and then I'm going to turn on my symmetry, control shift, and then turn on symmetry so that I can start to move the vertices to where it's supposed to be. This one, I can move it up to here. I'm going to insert a couple of edge loops here, maybe one here, and then one here. Okay, press Q to go to select. Now I'm just modeling on the top view only. Okay, and then because this one is tilted, right, so we will have to select all of these and we have to tilt it. And move this up. Yeah, honestly, this is like the first time I'm modeling it this way, so it's going to be a little bit challenging. And you can see the plate, right, only ends right behind this handle area here. So I'm going to push this up here and place it down here. Let's go back to our top view again. Okay, using the reference, I'm just going to move my points to line up with the bottom. And then I'm going to extrude up the entire face here. So I'm going to select all these faces and extrude. So you can press number 3 to see what it looks like subdivided. So you can see it's not that good yet. So I think for the hot plate itself, we can keep it as it is for now. We can refine this later. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. So now we're going to detach the ring of faces here and then use that as a basis, right, to build the skirt around here, the white skirt. So I'm going to use the tool. Okay, I'm going to turn off symmetry first. Okay, with the face loop selected here, we're going to hold on the shift right mouse click. And then I'm going to use the extract faces. Okay, and then I should have 2 separate components here. Let's go back to object mode. So I should have a separate face that is extracted. But let's see whether, okay, unfortunately, when I extract the face, right, it also destroyed this plate here. Let me undo that. I don't want to extract the face, I want to use something else. So I undid everything. So shift right mouse click, I'm going to use duplicate face instead. Okay, and then I should have 2 different separate objects now. Yeah, that's it. So I got the bottom plate here. Let me rename this. This one is the iron plate. This one is the skirt. So I'm going to rename this skirt. So I'll know which one is it. Okay, so now with this basic shape here, I can just extrude the edge, right, to follow this edge around here. So again, I'm gonna go over and edge mode. Okay, make sure that only this object is selected. This object is selected. Then go to edge mode, double click and select this edge. Go to right view. Okay, I need to select all these faces and move it back until it matches the reference. Go to the edge mode, double click and select the edge, and holding down the shift, and move to extrude one section here like that. Let's go to the top view. Okay, top view is a bit hard to see, so everything is on the bottom here. So this one needs to curl inwards out and then flow outwards if I'm basing it on a reference here. So you can see it's going inside and then curling outwards. So what I'm going to do is I'll just use a universal scale. Select the loop, use a universal scale and scale it inward first. Then go to the right view and then move these scale sections inwards here like that. And then I'm going to extrude out another section. This one I'm going to use rotate to rotate it slightly. Now switching over the vertex, I'm going to pull these vertices back here like that. Okay, so the white skirt section is more or less done, or at least blocked out. So let me do a save, increment and save. Okay, I can do a number 3 to see what it looks like, subdivided. Okay, it looks good. Okay, so now we're going to continue with the blue section here. So we're going to use the same trick again, but this time we're going to extrude a small section out from here. And then we're going to disconnect this face loop, right, using that same trick again that we did. So use the duplicate face. Okay, so now it's duplicated already, so now I can press Q to go to select, I should be able to select the top section. So, and delete away this original face here. Okay, I think I have accidentally deleted the wrong one. Let me try that again. Okay, so this is the top blue, the blue section. I'm gonna call it the blue skirt, blue section. And this one is the bottom section. Okay, I'm going to isolate select this one and I'm gonna do some trimming. Okay, I don't want this part here. Let's delete this, yeah. So get out the isolate select. So now this section here, in fact, let me just assign it a new material. Okay, so I know which is which. So right now, using the reference again, going to edge mode, select this edge, and holding down the shift in move, and then extrude the section here like that. And then I think we should be able to see the blue section from the top view. Right now, this one should be closing in or scaling inwards. So I'm going to scale it. Okay, do that. Okay, I want to scale it by pressing R, scaling it inwards. You can see that it's following this section here. Let's go back to the right view. Alright, so you can see the sections are coming along just fine. Okay, press number 3 to subdivide this. This also looks quite okay. So now you can see this section here, it crosses over and then joins to the other part. So we can use the merge section, and or rather the bridge section to bridge this section over. Later we will figure out how to cut the circular portion here for the levers and switch. Okay, so we can see from here, this curve over here. So let's do our bridging. Let's bridge this gap over here. And we're gonna split this into 2. And we're gonna select these 2 vertices and merge them. And press G, repeat last command, so that it will. Okay, we see a hard corner like this. That means the edges are not closed properly. So most likely it's these 2 here. Are there 2 vertices? Yeah, 2 vertices selected over here. Then I'm gonna merge them. Yeah, and it should fix this area here. Okay, cool. So now we want to add one edge loop closer to here to make this corner tighter. So we're going to use press number 2 to show the hard edge and the soft edge, the subdivided edge together. And we're going to cut one edge loop here. Yeah, good. Okay, so now we need to have this section here, right, that extrude inwards. Extrude the edge and pushing along the blue line, we should be able to extrude it in using the global axis. Pull it up again. You notice that these are crossing over, so we're going to try to flatten them first. Can we undo that? I don't like the way the direction of the edges are flowing. So I'm going to try another method. I'm going to extrude the edge first, then using the global switch, then using scale. I need to do a universal scale and scale it inwards. Yeah, I think this one looks much better. Let's go to the right view again. Let's push this up. It needs to go forward. Here, you can see the blue section here goes up all the way to this section. So that means I have to grab these vertices, pull them up, this one as well. I'll turn on my symmetry again. Okay, so you can see the body is coming along just fine. So now we are going to build this section here, this white handle section here, and again we can use the number of faces here to extrude the handle. But let me just move the vertices to the correct location first. Okay, at this stage I should save another version, so increment and save. Okay, I'm thinking, should I cover this up and then just extrude a face out from this section here? I mean, that is one possibility. Okay, maybe let's do that. So let's cover up this entire face first. Fill up the hole. Okay, let's go to level 1, and we're going to use our knife tool to cut, or use the connect tool. Symmetry is still on. Let me just Control Shift, turn it off first. I'm going to use the connect tool, so select these two opposing vertices and connect. Then this one here, remember G, enter connect. And finally you can use the knife tool, multi-cut tool to cut from here all the way to here, and then we have the nice topology. Okay, good. Now we have the faces to actually pull out this entire section here. So we know that this nose section here is made out of two separate plastic components. So I think I want to build them with the correct topology so that I can split this into two. Okay, so I will have to insert one more edge loop right here for this section here. Maybe in the center here first. Let's try that. Yeah, and then this edge, holding down press W, and then holding down Control and Shift, and slide it down right about here so that I can use these faces over here to extrude out the handle section. And then the white section here will start from here all the way to the back. So, okay, let's select these faces, Right, so the faces are selected. They'll start from here, and I'm going to extrude out one giant face. Oh, I think I need to select this group of face here as well. So this face as well. Okay, and let me just flatten this first, and rotate this, and use scale to scale it down. Okay, good, looking good. Then I will continue to extrude another section here and gradually scaling it down. So it looks like a lot of different parts here. I'll just scale it down slightly first. Okay, and then for the move, scale out another section right about here. Rotate this, scale it down. Again. Make sure that vertices follow the topology. Okay, good. So I'm going to select these group of vertices here, holding down Control, right mouse click to faces to contain the faces. So only those faces on this plane is selected. And holding down the Shift, then extrude. Okay, rotate this at this angle, and then using scale to flatten it. And scale this down. Put this one over here. And continue to use move, scale once, move and extrude one section here. Press R to scale. Press W again to move, holding down the Shift and extrude one section like that. Yeah, I think we're going to stop here because this piece here is very unique, and we will see whether we can model that separately and then attach it to this section over here. Or we can actually continue to extrude and then create this very unique shape, which is this one over here. You can see how this thing breaks open in two and then flows into this section like that. And I just realized that the tail actually sticks out behind this area. So what that means is that this section, the tail section of the iron, is extruded further. So I'm going to select these faces, press Shift full stop to increase selection. Let's go to the right view. And actually on second thought, I'll just need to select these four faces. Then go to the right view and extrude all the way to here. Okay, we can insert one more edge over here just to tighten up the edge over there. I think this one needs to go a little bit. Okay, so right now I'm just inspecting the handiwork here. You can see that the handle here, although extruded here, is very, very thin. So I need to correct this. So go to turn on symmetry. I'm trying to increase the width of this handle. Okay, if you remember source selection, you can use source selection so that everything will be expanded gradually. We're pressing B and then D with the mouse click. Okay, let's save another, and let's see what it looks like subdivided. Okay, not too bad. We are generally following the shape. Okay, there are some tweaks here that needs to be done, but nothing too serious. Okay, I think we can do multiple selections, and we can edit them at the same time. So there's a good thing about Maya selections capability. Okay, let me undo that because I need all of them to be selected. Okay, I'm going to go to object mode, select all, then go to vertex mode. Vertex mode for all the components here. So with this on, we turn on B, source selection. Okay, so for this video, I will stop the recording. We will continue this in another session. Save this file.